So as you can see, 2024 was very eventful with many happenings all across the world. But we have to put on our shields, our blinders, and block out a lot of the noise and opposition. And as we stated earlier with our quote in talking about the haters, blocking out that outside noise. Keep focused on those things in which you have control over. You have no control over what anybody else is doing in the world. The only thing in which you can control is you. So take heed. Make sure you are walking your best possible life and doing things with the best intentions of others. And in everything that you do, walk strong, walk with a positive mindset, and one that is going to share and profess love to your fellow brothers and sisters. And in doing so, that love shall be reflected back unto you.
Well said, Rob. Well said. What a great reflection and documentary. Excellent job, Rob.
Thank
Excellent. Um, as you were speaking, breaking down the 12 months into quarters,
you.
as we have, speaking about what's holding you back, we all sum it up to being intentional. Intentional. And as you spoke about the great events, we went through weather, sports, politics, medical science,
Yeah.
entertainment throughout the year. You touched on everything with a great rendition, with a great reflection of the 2024. And that being said, we often connect events with what was I doing at that time?
Right.
If I can challenge everyone on what's holding you back,
Hmm.
you will see, as we encouraged in one of the earlier episodes, to journal. Like
Yes.
2024, your first Q1, as you're talking about business aspect,
Right.
January, February, March. When the solar eclipse was happening, that was in April. But however, when we had the events happening in January, February, March of 2024, there
Mm.
should be a reflection, and in that reflection, a projection, if you will,
Come on.
and knowing what you are intentionally going to do and how those things are going to map back into your purpose. And when I say that, because, for instance, former president who died in December at 100 years. You're
Mm.
as good as your team. There's an army behind him that we don't know.
That's
There
right.
is a wife that held him up. There is a brother, a sister, a sibling, a cousin. And and so with that being said, because the names are not called doesn't mean that they didn't have the impact. They
That's
helped to make, okay, the person. And so in that respect, don't think about, you don't have an impact because you're not named. There are many characters that have impacts, but they don't have a book after them. Like I referenced David.
hmm
David is very much so, in talking about the King James Version of the Bible. David is, an icon when it comes to a heart of God, the man's character. But there isn't a book of David, but there is an impact.
So
You know,
true.
he had a son,
Yeah.
Solomon. He had servants. He had prophets. All of that supported his cause. With that being said, whatever you are doing, have a focal point.
hmm
So there's this thing called organized chaos.
hmm
Don't let it be. Um, don't let it be your 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 derailing, your decoy, your distraction. People know what you're doing and why you're doing. Know your why. We asked the question at the in earlier episodes when we first started. I think back in July, Rob, when we had the What's
Yeah.
Holding Back the debut.
That's right.
So it was, are you doing what you want to do, have to do, or need to do? You
Yeah.
know, are you working with a ball and chain? Are you working with something that you love to do and you're thriving in it? Um, and that's a personal conversation. But whatever your why is, whether it be family, bills, personal development, know that you have one life to live. Let's be intentional
hmm
and document. saying that you're going to do it is one thing, but actually writing it down has a lot of impact.
It
And
does.
then we can help be accountability partners.
Come on.
Come on. And in 2025. And that's what we did the reflection, because it's great to do. There are great men and women,
Hmm.
you know, who will map out their entire years with an S.
Wow.
Okay. Now, I'm not mapping out the next 5 years. I'm not there yet with the next 5 years, but
Right.
definitely your 12-month forecast of this is what some folks will live in the mindset of, I don't know what I'm going to do in April. I don't know where I'll be in May. Have a plan.
You have to.
It's a law of the mind. You need to have something to aspire. It's called hope.
That's
It's
right.
called faith. Come on.
Yes.
Put it down and say, yes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply, or I'm going to enroll. Get it on that calendar. Get it on that. We just went through a whole 12 months and it was just scratching the surface.
That's right.
Excellent job, Rob, with that review of 2024. It's
Thank you
just
so
scratching the surface. Yes, yes. So let's not, say, oh, I'm not Quincy Jones, or I'm whatever. No, it's not about the accolades and the name that's out there. It's the impact. Who was behind Quincy Jones? Will don't know the names, but he's not an island. Okay,
much. Not at
there
all.
wasn't there was, you saw We Are the World, everyone coming in together, but you didn't see the engineers behind
Yes.
orchestrating each note. We didn't see all of the countless hours,
Hmm.
right? Folks that ran in to get the sandwiches, because it was all night. If you watch the documentary on
Yep.
how the
Yep.
world
Yep.
was made, it was a one-stop shop. So there's a lot of people behind that. And so, in that being said, as you walk through the door of destiny, and you have haters, you're going to have supporters as well.
That's true.
I would love to have an episode on how to identify the difference between your decoys, distractions, and your supporters. So, and folks
Let me write it down.
identify that, um, in their lives. But as you need to put in the work. We're not here just to entertain you here on what's holding you back. We're here to impact you and impact the lives of folks that want and need better, because it's in your gut. There's something stirring up that's not letting you rest.
Hmm.
Right?
Love it. Love it. Love it, Christine. Very good. And you hit on a couple of things that are so important, especially when it comes to journaling and putting forth a plan together. As we start off this new year, the first day of the new year, 2025, everybody's all excited for, yes, it's going to be a great year. I have all of these New Year's resolutions put in place. Are you writing them down? Are you really going to stick to it? Do you have an accountability partner to check in on you? Say, hey, are you doing those things in which you stated you were going to do for this year? Are you going to meet your goals? Are you going to step up to the plate? Are you going to be accountable to someone else? So that you can't do it by yourself. As
Mhm.
Christine said, you have to have a team, a support team behind you,
Mhm.
behind the scenes, that is going to push you, elevate you, and make sure you are doing what is in your best interest, in the interest of others. So it is very important that you document or journal those things in which you're are happening in your life, and also write a plan out. As Christine said, put a plan for each month, each week, each month, as to what you want to do, what you want to mark off as accomplished, and then move on to the next phase, the next step. Make small steps in
Mhm.
small increments. And once you start to build that momentum, and you start to accomplish some of those small goals, you start to see the progress, and you making those steps forward, then that's going to build up your confidence. And you're going to
Absolutely.
say, yes, I got this. This is my year. It's really going to happen. But you have to start first. And it starts with writing out a plan.
Mhm.
Okay. So now that I have a plan, this is what I want to do. Who can I trust that's going to make sure I'm delivering on those promises to myself? Whether
Mm-hmm.
it be your spouse, your significant other, your brother, your sister, uncle, aunt, niece, nephew, whatever the case may be, whoever that is for you, find that person. Ask them, I want you to be my accountability partner. Christine and myself, we would love to be your accountability partners.
I was just about to volunteer you.
No,
Build it.
for you.
I was just say, hey.
No, we would love to do that because
Absolutely.
we need it for ourselves as well. Me and Christine are each other's accountability partner. We always share ideas with one another of what we want to do, how we can better ourselves, how we can make improvements. You know, we throw these things against one another and we come up with some great ideas. And that was our main reason and why we have started this broadcast. We wanted to include you in some of those behind the scenes conversations in which we have because they are dynamic. And when you put some great thoughts into place and into action, you're going to produce some magnificent results. But like I said, it all starts with writing out a plan,
I'm
having
writing out that plan.
that accountability partner, and taking action.
And as you talk about how I like the dynamic with our spouses as well, Rob. Althea's great when it comes to just pushing forward the action plan and
Mhm.
executing. And you need a team that can execute. And the same with my husband Jim. And so when you have a circle, and it's so true that you are the average of the five people that are around
Come on,
you.
come on.
Average of the five people. I just came from an
Yes,
awesome family reunion, and you could see the dynamics. Who's grown over the past 2 years?
that's
Who's
right.
actually needs some help along the way? And it all comes down. You have a conversation, 15 minutes, and you'll see exactly who they're surrounding themselves with. It's you don't have to cut people off. I don't encourage anyone to cut people off.
No,
You have to expand yourself,
that's right.
right? So look at your capacity, and where your capacity is exactly where you need to hone in and just really um, have an honest conversation. This is you time. We always say that on What's Holding You Back. It's you time. When you leave and log off this broadcast, meditate and think about, okay, who do I need? If you don't have the person in your circle right now, who do I need? And
Hmm.
pray about it.
There you
Say,
go.
you know what? I need someone who's really great at math. I'm not an accountant.
Hmm.
I need someone who's really great at sales, or someone who's really great at whatever it is that you need to accomplish. But
Yes,
to know that you're not an island, and just because, well, I don't know anyone that has $1 million to invest, you can.
sure thing.
It's a destiny door that can be opened for you,
Hmm.
right? So
Absolutely.
don't be your own hater. Forget
Yes,
about
yes,
negative talk.
that's right.
I
Yep.
don't have $1 million. I don't have the investors. Say yes, I will get the investors. And the power of the pen.
Yes.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Come
Write
on now.
it on the calendar. You shock yourself.
Hmm.
Where's that vision board? Come on.
There you go.
Earlier today, my daughter said to me, "Where's the vision board for
Oh,
2025?" I was like, "Okay." you
good,
know, Come
good.
on, let's press the gas on you.
Hmm.
You're not going to be on, you may be on billboards, you may be on prime time, but there's so many people that impact positive things that, folks that we spoke to earlier this year with fitness. We spoke to folks that had Godware, right?
Yes,
So,
yes,
so that's something you see a t-shirt that says, God, thank you. That's inspirational.
it
You,
is.
and so what ripple effect you have in your own neighborhood, in your own home, it is powerful, just as powerful as any celebrity out there. Olympian, gold medals, be your own champion, okay? In your house. Come on.
Absolutely. Love it, love it, love it. Christine, wow, well said, well said, well said.